Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about the common mistakes which happens when we perform the salt spray testing, either neutral, copper accelerated or acetic acid salt spray test. So it is very important to understand that how to properly prepare the sample and how to make the angle of inclination. Correct placement should be very properly. Then the third point is the parameters should be feeded properly as per the test. The solution we are using should also be as per the requirement only, otherwise the correct level of fog concentration or something will not be made. So one by one we will be looking to all the points. So now we will be opening the machine and one by one we will understand all the points which we have to make sure. So with a single push button we have to open it. So we have given the pneumatic airlifting mechanism to open the lid. So first of all we have to understand which sample has to be used. So if we are testing these kind of panels or any sample, so it should be clean at the initial stage. Initially only the coating should not be removed, it should not be prone to any rusting or anything. It should be a properly cleaned sample. Next we will understand about the placement of it. So we provide different fixtures for the placement of these samples. So the standard says, the ASTM or the ISO standard says for 15 to 30 degree angle of inclination from the vertical. So this panel type fixture has been maintained in this way. You can see that it is not like this, it is not straight, so it is little bit tilted to 15 degree angle, so that we have to maintain. Other than this we have hanging fixture for thick samples, so that we can use by hanging it in such a way that it maintains 15 to 30 degree angle, or V-groove trays we have for the small fasteners kind of sample. So this is how sample placement and preparation has to be done. We have to understand the material construction of the machine. So ASTM B117 says for a minimum of a 0.2 meter cube of testing area, and ISO 9227 says for 0.4 meter cube. So this is a 250 liter chamber. We also have 450 liter, 1000 liter chamber as per the requirement of standard and the samples to be placed. So that is one parameter. The second thing the standard says that the body should be non-corrosive. So right now we are using fiber reinforced polymer, which is a non-corrosive kind of material with the triple layered protection and this glass wool insulation. So this is the material construction. Now we'll look up to the upper portion. You can see this lid, or we call it as hood. So this is also not flat. There is intention behind it, which is to follow a standard, that is the ASTM B117, which says for 90 to 125 degree of angle of inclination. So this is how we have maintained it, so that correct way the fog should be maintained, everything the inside the environment should be maintained appropriately. The most important part is that how fog is generated. So the more accurately the fog will be generated, the testing, the corrosion will be happening in the appropriate period of time. So for that, let us look into this nozzle. So this is of high grade IGUS material. So this is 0.7 mm of nozzle. So in this a pin you can insert and you can clean this nozzle after the testing, so that any kind of blockage is not there. So this is one parameter. If you want to control the flow rate of it, you can just loosen it or tighten it like this. So this way you can get the proper controlling of the fog generation. So for fog collection, 1 to 2 ml per hour fog collection has to be maintained throughout the chamber. So this is 80 centimeter square. Fog should be collected inside this, and from this beaker which is placed below, you have to maintain 1 to 2 ml per hour of fog collection. So this is temperature sensor and this is the humidity sensor. So the humidity sensor, the cloth should be dirt free and this should always be wet, so that the correct relative humidity can be maintained, that is the 95%. So for that this wet bulb and dry bulb has to be maintained properly. So So now in the salt spray test, if we are performing neutral salt spray test, it is very important to know that how solution has to be prepared. If we are using the solute as NaCl, then you should know that too much diluted and too much concentrated should not be there, and it should be in 5%. The NaCl. Second thing, the DM water, we should not use tap water in this to increase the contaminants. So it is important that type 4 DM water, which is as per ASTM standard, should be followed. Okay, so this is one part, and in this solution we have to maintain 6.5 to 7.2 pH throughout the test. So if you are performing the 1000 plus hour test or the 500 hours test, so after every 2 days you have to change the solutions so that it doesn't become acidic. Now air pressure has to be maintained to 0.7 to 1.2 kg per centimeter square, so that you have to maintain. Now we have to look at the air saturator. So for this, if we are using neutral salt spray test, then we have to maintain 45 degrees Celsius temperature in this air saturator. So this will help in maintaining the humidity. Now the next point is, when we perform the neutral salt spray test, we have to maintain 35 degrees Celsius temperature of the inner chamber, and this temperature has to be calibrated with the accredited, renowned accredited organization. So we are using it with NABL master temperature sensors we have, with which every year we used to calibrate our sensors. So this ensures that your temperature sensor and everything is working fine temperature wise, either the air saturator temperature or the inner chamber temperature. Now after completion of test, we have to properly see that after the completion of the exposure, there is a white rust in sample or red rust in the sample, and then we have to judge the sample is corroded properly and what is the effect on it. So by maintaining these points, you can get your correct corrosion on your specific sample at the correct period of time which you expect. So thank you so much.